Stop. Only 3% of you are subscribed. If you believe disabled people deserve respect, if you want to see an arrogant man learn the hardest lesson of his life, hit subscribe right now. A 45-year-old Uber driver stands before Judge Caprio. Assault, harassment, discrimination. The victim? A 32-year-old blind woman and her guide dog. Kevin Marshall, 5-star rating. Until 3 weeks ago. Judge Caprio reads the report. Mr. Marshall, you picked up a passenger named Sarah Mitchell. When she tried to enter with her guide dog, you refused service. Is this correct? Kevin crosses his arms. Your Honor, I have a no pets policy. My car, my rules. A guide dog is not a pet, Mr. Marshall. It's a dog. Dogs shed. Dogs smell. I don't allow them. Comment where you're watching from right now. New York? London? Mumbai? Lagos? Drop your city below, because what this man did will make your blood boil. Judge Caprio looks at Sarah Mitchell, 32 years old, dark glasses, white cane, golden retriever named Bella at her side. Ms. Mitchell, tell the court what happened. Sarah stands, one hand on Bella's harness. I called an Uber from the mall. It was raining. When the car arrived, Mr. Marshall said, no dogs. I explained Bella is my guide dog, that I'm blind, that federal law requires him to accommodate service animals. What did he say? He said, I don't care what the law says, no dogs in my car. What happened next? Sarah's voice wavers. I tried to open the door anyway. Bella knows the routine. But Mr. Marshall got out and grabbed my arm. Hard. He pulled me away and said, Are you deaf too? I said no dogs. The courtroom murmurs. He left a bruise on my arm. Then I dropped my cane. He kicked it into a puddle and said, Maybe now you'll learn to listen. Then he drove away. Before we continue, answer this in the comments. Have you or someone you love ever been discriminated against for a disability? Have you witnessed someone being treated like they don't matter? Share your story right now, because this is about all of us. Judge Caprio turns to Kevin. Do you dispute this? She's exaggerating. I didn't grab her that hard. I didn't kick her cane. Mr. Marshall, the mall has security cameras. Let's watch. Kevin's face goes white. The monitor shows everything. Kevin's car arriving. Sarah and Bella approaching. Kevin grabbing Sarah's arm violently. Sarah stumbling, dropping her cane. Kevin kicking the cane into a puddle. Kevin driving away. Sarah standing alone, disoriented. Bella pressing against her legs. The footage is damning. Judge Caprio's voice is ice. You told me you didn't grab her hard. The video shows you yanking a blind woman with force. Kevin says nothing. You told me you didn't kick her cane. The video shows you kicking it into dirty water. Still nothing. She's blind, Mr. Marshall, not deaf. She heard everything. She refused to accept illegal discrimination. Hit that like button right now if you think this guy deserves everything coming to him, because what Judge Caprio says next is legendary. Judge Caprio picks up a paper. Let me tell you about Ms. Mitchell. She graduated summa cum laude from Providence College, master's degree from Boston University. She works 60 hours a week helping homeless veterans. She volunteers at the VA hospital on weekends. He looks at Kevin. And you called her guide dog a mutt and kicked her cane into a puddle. Then Judge Caprio's voice changes. Mr. Marshall, my sister was blind. The courtroom goes still. She lost her sight at 12 from a brain tumor. She lived with blindness for 43 years until she passed away last spring. I watched her fight for independence. I watched her train with her guide dog, Sunny. And I watched people like you treat her as less than human because of a dog. His voice cracks. My sister can't be here today, but Sarah Mitchell is. And I'm going to make sure what happened to her never happens again. Comment justice right now if you believe Sarah deserves justice, And subscribe if you haven't already, because what Judge Caprio does next will give you chills. Here is my ruling. Kevin stands, finally scared. For assault, 30 days in jail. 30 days? For harassment of a disabled person, additional 15 days. 45 total. Your Honor! For violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act, $5,000 to Ms. Mitchell. 5,000? Additionally, 200 hours community service, 100 hours at the Rhode Island Association for the Blind. You will be blindfolded for portions of this service, so you can experience what Ms. Mitchell experiences every day. Kevin looks horrified. Blindfolded? Yes. You'll learn to navigate without vision. You'll learn what it feels like to be grabbed when you can't see. Judge Caprio continues. The other 100 hours at Guide Dogs of America. You'll care for service animals, feed them, walk them, clean up after them. You'll learn these mutts are heroes who give people their independence. You will write a formal apology and read it in this courtroom. And you will create a training video for rideshare drivers explaining why what you did was wrong. Kevin is shaking. Your Honor, I made a mistake. Ignorance is not a defense. Basic human decency shouldn't require a law. Sarah stands again. Your Honor, I don't want revenge. I just want to live my life. I want to call an Uber without wondering if the driver will accept Bella. I want to be seen as a person, not a disability. She pauses. Mr. Marshall made me feel like I was wrong for existing. But I'm not broken. Bella and I went to work the next day. We kept living, because that's what we do. She turns toward Kevin. I hope you learned something. We're not burdens. We're people. The courtroom applauds. Comment respect if Sarah's words gave you chills. This woman is incredible. Kevin serves his 45 days. Week 3 at the Association for the Blind. They blindfold him for 4 hours. He can't find anything. He trips. He cries from frustration. An instructor says, "This is 4 hours. Sarah has lived 32 years like this." Week 5 at Guide Dogs of America, he helps train a golden retriever named Max. The trainer tells him, "These dogs save lives. They're not pets. They're partners." Week 8, he watches a graduation ceremony. A blind teenage girl meets her first guide dog. She cries. The dog licks her face. Her parents sob. Kevin breaks down. He finally understands. 3 months later, Kevin returns to court with his apology. Ms. Mitchell, I'm sorry. Not because I got caught. Because I was wrong. I saw your dog and felt annoyed. I didn't see you. I didn't see a woman who helps homeless veterans. I didn't see a human being. His voice breaks. They blindfolded me for 4 hours. I was terrified. And then I took off the blindfold and everything was fine. You can't take off the blindfold. You've never seen. And you've built an incredible life anyway. You're stronger than I'll ever be. Sarah listens, then speaks. Mr. Marshall, I accept your apology. I believe you mean it. Judge Caprio signs the document. Case closed. As Kevin leaves, he stops by Sarah. Can I meet Bella properly? Kevin kneels down. Bella allows him to pet her. She's beautiful. I'm sorry I called you a mutt, Bella. You're a hero. Bella's tail wags. 6 months later, Kevin volunteers regularly at Guide Dogs of America. His training video is required viewing for all rideshare drivers in Rhode Island. 2 million views. That's who I was, he says in the video. Ignorant, arrogant, cruel. Don't be me. Sarah and Bella still take Ubers. She's never been refused service again. And Bella? Still the best girl. Still guiding Sarah through a world she can't see. Because guide dogs don't dirty car seats. They open worlds. Final question for you. Did Kevin deserve 45 days in jail? Or was the community service enough? Comment your honest opinion below. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs to see it. Like if you believe disabled people deserve respect and dignity. And subscribe for more Judge Caprio moments where ignorance meets education and justice changes lives. Remember, a guide dog isn't a pet. A white cane isn't a prop. A blind person isn't broken. They're human beings who deserve the same respect as everyone else. Thanks for watching. See you next time.